Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine.
Okay, sounds good. What about your weekend?
Very average.
Average? Why?
The same thing every day, I think.
Like the daily routine.
Yes.
Okay, well. Snyder, welcome to our fourth encounter. And this opportunity, we will continue working on punctuation marks. As you know, last class on last course we worked about some of those punctuation marks. You developed some exercise, and for today we will continue work on it. And well, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, well, the last one topic was apostrophes. We developed the activity and we reviewed them. So now we are going to talk about columns. Okay, columns. Columns follow independent clauses and call attention to the information that comes after. Columns come after the independent clause, complete sentence, that means, and before the word, phrase, sentence, quotation, or list they are introducing. That is the first use about columns. For example, check on this word and this phrase, but look at the word. Lately, I have lately I have had only one thing on mind: graduation. Yeah, you are specifying about one thing which is important about what you are mentioning. The second one, in this phrase, lately I have had only on one sorry lately I have had one thing on my mind: graduating from college. It's kinda similar, but you are being more like adding more information. And the third one, this clause, lately I have had only one thing on my mind: I can't wait to graduate. Yeah, it's like on each one sentence you are being more specific, but at the same time you are mentioning the same thing. And the last one, lately I have had several things on my mind: homework, papers, grades, and finals. Yeah, you are mentioning many things at the same time. It's a list. Why on clause we say what is the difference between them? Well, the first one sentence, you are only mentioning one thing. Yeah. On the second tenses, which is phrase, you are adding more information, and on the third one you are adding extra information. Yeah, you can notice the difference.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, but the idea is that you use columns to put attention to that information that comes after independent clauses. Okay, and the second use, never use a colon after a verb that directly introduce a list. Yeah, when a verb introduces a list, the incorrect way will be: the things on my mind are homework, papers, and finals. Yeah, here you have the verb to be, and you are introducing that verb introduce that list. In that case, you haven't used colons, but the correct way will be: the things on my mind are the following. Yeah, it changed because you are adding two new words: the following, columns, grades, papers, and finals. And you could say also, the things on my mind are homework, papers, and finals. Yeah, but here you are not using columns, because you have the verb which introduce the list, but in this case you don't use it, so you change the punctuation marks. Okay, you get it?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to develop the activities, so let me share with you what's happening. Check on the chat, I sent you the link. And if you can share with me, and when you finish the exercise, you can share with me your screen in order to know which were your bads, your mistakes.
Parentheses.
Weón, mate.
Okay, it seems you finished. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the first one first. Please read for me. Read the first one phrase.
Many jobs interest me. Teaching, writing, editing, and social work.
Yeah, can you notice how your intonation change when you put colons?
Yes.
Because
There's
uh,
a pause.
tell me.
There's a pause when there's a column.
Of course. On every punctuation mark, you have to make an inflection. On English, we know that as inflection. Inflection is when you change your sound, your voice, your fluency, and things like that. Yeah. So very good. The second one.
There were a number of famous people at the restaurant. Britney Spears, Jack Nicholson, and Helen Hunt.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. Continue on the third one.
There are a lot of chores I do not like doing. Dishes, washing windows, and vacuuming rugs.
But here it was your mistake because maybe you didn't know the context about when we would talk about wash dishes. Yeah, but in this case, you say doing dishes. For that reason, you don't select the right answer because you pronounce something like that. There are a lot of chores I don't like doing. Yeah, but the punctuation mark here is after like. There are a lot of chores I don't like. Dishes, washing windows, and vacuuming rights. Yeah, but maybe it was because you didn't pay attention to the context about wash the dishes. Yeah, but doesn't matter. You know now it. And the fourth one.
He was a world-class athlete, a rowing champion.
You select OK. Continue.
She did not pass the most important of her exams, math.
Yeah, you are making allusion about one specific exam. Okay, continue.
I like all kinds of desserts.
Mhm.
Lemon pie, carrot cake, strawberry ice cream, and chocolate pudding.
Okay, very well. Huh? The next one.
Some cities are now parking friendly. Buffalo.
Yeah.
There are several hobbies I particularly enjoy.
Mhm.
Cake decorating, dancing, and bicycling.
Mhm. Huh?
One, fac- one factor made our winter more difficult than usual. Ice storms.
Ice storms. And the final one.
She prized only one possession, her diamond necklace.
Okay, very well. Let me make a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Yeah, I have the screenshot now. Okay, continue with the next one. Okay, it is about hyphens. Do you know what is a hyphen?
No.
No? Okay. doesn't matter, you are to know it now. Hyphens. Hyphens are used to form compound words or join word units. They are also used to join prefixes, suffixes, and letters to words. Maybe sometimes when you are reading, you realize that when you are mentioning, when you are describing a noun, you use compound adjectives. Yeah, and for example, it says something like maybe one phrase could be um, for example, six no, for example, fourth yellow crimp, something like that. And between six and yellow, you find a hyphen, but we don't know maybe why we use this kind of punctuation marks. That's because you are constructing compound adjectives, but also the hyphens are used to form to word units, yeah, to compound words. Okay, let's to see the uses. Use hyphens with compound numbers from 21 to 99 and with fractions used as modifiers. Check out the examples. 42 students, yeah, in this case when we are using numbers, 42, but we use them only from 21 to 99. Okay, here 3,567 students, the same thing. 2/3 majority, 2/3 is an adjective here. Okay, and fractions, 2/3 of the voters, here 2 is the adjective modifying thirds. You realize the change?
Uh, Not really.
Okay. The two yeah, the two first sentences are okay. You know that from 21 to 99 you use you use hyphens because you are mentioning compound numbers, yeah. But on the third example, 2/3 majority, yeah, 2/3 is an adjective. Why it is an adjective? Because after that you have a noun, but it's a clause. It's a clause sentences. It's a clause sentence. And on the fourth one, 2/3 of the voters. Here, two is the adjective modifying thirds. Está diciendo 2/3 de los votantes. Entonces, in this case, we don't use the hyphen as the third sentence because two is a simple adjective. You are describing the adjectives. You are talking about a specific count. Yeah. Now you get it?
Yes.
Okay. The second one. Use hyphens in a compound adjective only when it comes before the word it modifies. There are exceptions. Look up compound adjectives in the dictionary if you are unsure whether or not to hyphenate them. Okay, I consider that hyphenate a word is kind of difficult, or form compound adjectives is really hard because you have to know all the exceptions, you have to follow all the rules, and you have to take into account that not all the nouns can be hyphenated. Yeah, but look at examples. A well-liked author. What is means for you? a well-liked author.
Un, un autor como que gusta, como que
Ok, sí, yeah, that's it. Un autor agradable, o sea, como que cae bien en la gente, ¿sí? Como que es es muy bien recibido, es aponderado, como decimos. Entonces, fíjese que acá, si nosotros, para eso usamos los hyphens, ¿no? Para escribir mejor el inglés, porque yo podría tal vez decir una frase como o sea, sin perder el contexto, yo podría decir un an author which is really liked by people. ¿Sí? Claro, podría decirlo, pero es que yo creo que si yo digo algo así, estoy como en un nivel A1, ¿sí? O sea, y no está mal, tal vez no está mal, pero para un grado, para un nivel de inglés más avanzado, usar hyphens es muy importante, ¿sí? Entonces es ponerle más estilo, es escribir de una forma más estilística, más propia del inglés. Bueno, vean, ahí tenemos otra frase que podría reemplazar ese hyphen. An author who is well liked, ¿ya? An author who is well liked. Our renowned composer. Como decir un compositor moderno, actualizado. Can you notice how it changed, how a hyphen changed the face about writing?
yes.
Okay. So when you are writing, if for example, if you have a task about writing, you can write the paragraph, for example, and after that you can start looking about those phrases which you could change using a hyphen, and that will be great high, because if a teacher finds that you can use a hyphen in a sentence, in a paragraph, in a text, it's relevant, it's important for him, because that means that you are writing in high level. So now and then you can do it. You can here I'm writing something like using many words. I'm going to use a hyphen because I wanna modify the structure, but maintaining the context. Okay, the next one is use a hyphen with the prefixes ex, self, and all, with the suffix elect, and with all prefixes before a proper noun or proper adjective. That's a rule about hyphens that you have to learn by heart, because yeah, it's like something exact. Yeah, you can change it. And here, all start ex major, non-European, pro-Canadian, self-control, senator-elect, self-image, sorry, what I pronounce it like in French, self-image, yeah? So, that's a rule. You have to follow all the rules. You know, in English, we follow rules and we follow exceptions. That's it. So when you have prefixes, okay, when you are forming, when you are compounding words which have a prefix, and those prefixes have to be ex, self, and all, and also elect. Sorry. That's a rule, and nothing more to say. And the next one, use a hyphen with compound phrases. Note, when describing ages, when describing phrases that function as adjectives, will use hyphens, while numbers as adjectives will not use hyphens. Yeah, as the first example, on when a number is an adjective, you don't use the hyphen. The examples are the 9 years old girl, for example, the 9-year-old girl. Yeah. How you could change this phrase in normal English, as I saying that you are using normal English, maybe in a A1 level, the 9-year-old. Tell me an example. Tell me, paraphrase that phrase.
The kid that is 9 years old.
Yeah, the kid is 9 years old, or maybe a kid who has 9 years old. Yeah, look how it changed. Another example: sister-in-law, up to date. You know what is that? What means that? Up to date
No.
it really means like a verb. You can use it like a verb. You know the meaning up to date?
No.
It's like when you are maintaining all the time informed, when you get informed about whatever thing, you are all the time informed about news, about interesting topics, about culture, things like that. Entonces es como informarse, estar al día, estar al tanto. But in this case, it's because there is the way in which you write this verb. Okay, these three words compound a verb, and you have to write them using hyphens. Yeah. Okay. And the last one used is about also note how hyphens can change meaning and use them accordingly. A hot water bottle, a bottle for holding hot water. You know, that's I will sum up hyphens like change workplaces, but maintaining the context. That's all. A hot water bottle, a bottle of water that is hot. Yeah, it's more specific. The first one phrase, and to repress a shirt, to iron again. Yeah, that's it. You get it. You have some doubts, maybe.
I get it.
Okay, perfect. Let's do practice. Let me share with you. Maybe I'm not sure if I prepared an exercise to practice this, but I think, yeah, I prepared one. What is happening? I have some problems. It's an online presentation and it does done correctly sometimes, or faster. I sent you the link. As you did before, when you finish the exercise, you will share with me the screen.
Cada donde tengo que ingresar.
¿Este ejercicio? Déjame, ya sé qué pasó. Es que esta es una, o sea, tiene muchísimos ejercicios para practicar. Déjame, ya lo busco. Was my path. Ah, okay, this is the first one league about hyphens. I will send you another because for this activity we have two exercises. Different exercises.
Atención en la
Okay, share with me your screen. Snyder,
Sí.
are you sharing? Are you sharing your screen?
No.
Okay, share it.
¿Tengo que hacer los dos o solo uno?
Los dos. Pero si quiere, compárteme el primero y luego
Ah.
vemos el segundo. Ujú. Ujú. It says, for each of the following, choose the correct sentence. You select right. It's a good activity because here they are giving you information. They are explaining you why you use hyphens or why not. And the first one is okay. Okay, the second one, it was wrong. But I don't have here the sentence, the complete sentence, in order to notice what was your mistake. Mike is a happy 3-year-old boy. Your answer was Mike is a happy 3 years old boy. I can see the statements, but okay, doesn't matter. Let's continue. What about your score, your punctuation? Scroll down, please. Okay. 8 de 10. Sounds good. Yeah. Develop the. Okay. Let me take the screenshot. No. Again. Okay. Now you can develop the next exercise.
I finished.
Okay, I wanna see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, the correct answer on the first one, it was the first one. Sorry, I don't have the other possible selections. Okay, doesn't matter. Continue. Scroll down and let me see your score. Mhm. The same puntuation. 8 de 10. Okay. Let's continue with the next one, punctuation mark. Dashes. Hmm. Dashes. Okay. Dashes are similar to hyphens, but in this case, I consider, okay, to my mind, it's more difficult use dashes because uh, I believe it's kind of complex, yeah. But why? Because there are three types of dashes, yeah. But okay, let's see. Let's try. Dashes often confused with hyphens, yeah, as I said before. Dashes connect groups of words to other groups of words to emphasize a point. Usually, the dash separates words in the middle of or at the end of a sentence. In the middle of a sentence, a dash can put special emphasis on words or make them stand out from the rest of the sentence. Let's see the incorrect phrase, the incorrect use. Our ideas for the weekend: going to a movie, having a picnic, doing homework, and hiking Garcia Trail seemed like a lot of squeezing, yeah? But the correct would be our ideas for the weekend, yeah? It's like if you maybe could change a column by for a dash, yeah, maybe here that's a normal error because normally in this case we will put, in my case I will put our ideas for the weekend colon going to a movie, having a picnic. But why? If it were a colon, you would say, I'm making a list about it. But why we don't use a colon? We use dash. Yeah, that's because it's kinda more formal. It doesn't mean that you now and then you are going to substitute to replace colons by dashes. No. Continue with the example. Our ideas for the weekend: going to a movie, having a picnic, doing homework, and hiking Garcia Trail seem like a lot squeezing. Yeah, it's here is the key because if we used colons, the phrase will finish here on trail, yeah, but not. Here you are adding extra information. For that reason, you are using dashes after weekend and after trail. That's the difference. That's why you don't use column, for example. Yeah, I say column because it's it's normal confuse using dashes and columns. But you get the idea?
Yes.
Okay. And the second one is at the end of a sentence, a dash separate information from the rest of the sentence. Yeah, it's to make an yeah, the same word, differentiating information, separating information. I knew the material perfectly until test day. Sorry, what I'm saying day. I went to the park, the one west of Main Street. Hmm? Maybe it is kind of hard for us recognize when I have to use a dash. Yeah, but if you read a lot, you will understand better how and when dashes are used. Because maybe in my case, for example, I will write or I knew the material perfectly, colon, until test day. Yeah, but I don't notice at that time that here I have to use a dash. It's kind of hard, doesn't matter. And commonly we don't write with dashes, with hyphens, but we have. And there is a tip. To insert the dash into a typed document, just type two hyphens and the next word. When you hit the space bar after the word, most word processors will automatically turn the hyphens into a dash becomes. Okay, you can notice that a hyphen is shorter than a dash. Well, maybe I don't have an exercise for it. Okay, let's continue with the next one because I didn't prepare an exercise because it's really hard. Use them. Only what is important here for you is now that dashes are used, that all the punctuation marks dashes are used when you need or no, when you need not are used because you need to be more punctual, be more formal on writing. And the final one is about parentheses. Parentheses set off elements within a sentence that are related to the sentence but not essential. Yeah, it's like I mean, you are writing about whatever topic, I don't know, and you consider that would be better if you make allusion, if you put attention, if you put extra information on parentheses, because probably people don't understand well, or if for example you are writing about you are writing a document about language skills, yeah, and you say, but if this article is read by people who study, for example, anatomy, they won't understand. But if I put information on parentheses, they could understand. Yeah, would be more easier for them, would be easier for them understand the information on the document. For that reason we use parentheses. But let's to see the uses. Parentheses set off additions or expressions that are not necessary to the sentence. They tend to de-emphasize what they set off. They are often seen as less academic in tone. Yeah, but as I said before, it's because it's important make clear your writing. We visited several European countries, England, France, Spain, on our trip last year. Here, if you don't mention those countries, doesn't matter, but you are trying to be more specific. For that reason, you use them. The second one, parentheses enclose figures and in a sentence. Note, use of numbers like this in a sentence may vary from different citation styles. That depends. Double check citation guidelines. Okay, citation. That's when you are using APA rules. Yeah. Cuando estás usando normas APA, por ejemplo, si es muy esencial usarlos, ¿sí? Pero para saber usarlos tienes que conocer esa guía de citación. Grades will be based on, first, participation, second, in class writing, and third, exams. Yeah, here you don't write exactly first, second, third. You only write the number, but used on parentheses. But at the moment of reading them, you pronounce like if you had wrote them. And when the group inside the parentheses forms a complete sentence but is inserted inside a large sentence, no period is needed. However, if a question mark or exclamation point is needed, it may be used. The snow. He saw it as they passed the window. Was not feeling heavily. In this case, is normally we find it on tales, on myths, on legends, because because those are texts which belongs to narrated topic, to narrations, like how to say narrated text, son textos narrativos y como que al momento de escribir se necesita resaltar algo para hacer más clara la idea. Pero ese algo no lo resaltamos usando paréntesis. El último uso, when parentheses are used to enclose an independent sentence, the end punctuation belongs inside the, I can see it, inside the parentheses. Mandy told me he saw Amy's new car. I saw Amy's car before Mandy. He said it was nice. Yeah. Maybe it seems that it isn't important at all, that it doesn't have relevance, but it's your description and you are using them. Yeah, using parentheses is more. Yeah, I would say that is easier because that depends on your style. Yeah, each one of us we have a different style on writing, and that depends. If for you believe, you think that use a parenthesis on your writing whatever place, it's okay, seems good, or is necessary for people who will read your writing, doesn't matter because it's your style. Okay, you get it? Some doubts? Any question?
I got it.
Okay. Here you have for this one. I have an exercise. Let me share with you. I don't know if you no. Give me a sec. Parentheses. Okay. Now you have the link. Estoy ocupada, Lina. ¿Qué necesita? Ujú. Ok, bebé.
¿No es a las 9?
Sí, pero...
Hasta ahora que necesitaba listo para entrar a la casa, porque es que en el celular es que ya puedo ir mirando la guía y eso. A lo que cabe.
Ponerte tantico mientras eso...
Sí, listo.
Snyder?
Yes.
Snyder, I have class now, but if you wanna, you can finish your exercise and at the end you will send me to the no, send me on WhatsApp the final your score. Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, are you agree? Okay, sorry Snyder for finish my tutorial in like a manner, but I have class. I had to get into immediately, and I will see you the next week. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks a ton for your disposition. Okay, see you next. Bye.
Bye.